Welcome to the X Factor presented by Xfinity. Alongside the Pro Bowler TJ Lang, I'm Dannie Rogers, and here in Week 15, one of the hottest teams in the NFC, they are coming to Detroit. Arizona Cardinals, they are on the clock, and we're breaking down who needs to be the X Factor for the Lions and who needs to step up for the Cardinals if both of these teams want to see success. And we're going to start with the Lions first. TJ, this week you're going with a linebacker who's arguably having one of the best seasons in his 5-year career. Who you got?
Yeah, linebacker slash defensive end. Pass rush type guy, though, which is what they're going to need this week. Charles Harris. 2 sacks against the Vikings. Sack fumble. Big playmaker in that win. Last week, the defensive line as a whole, I think Coach talked about this week. You know, they need to play a little bit better. They've been really a strength of this defense most of the season. Last week, the Broncos got the better of them, but this is going to be a big game, not only for Charles Harris, but that defensive front. Just the first play a couple of weeks ago against Minnesota, talking about the big impact that he made. He got off to a great start early in the season with, I think, a sack in the first 4 games, and then he kind of hit a lull a little bit, and then he gets 2 against the Vikings with just a really couple nice pass rushes, and this was a huge play in this game. You just see him, it's going to be a play-action pass, which always takes a little bit longer to develop, right? He disengages, gets his eyes in the backfield, chase, sack, fumble, huge play in that game. Julian Okwara scoops it up, big play momentum. That's the type of plays that this Lions defense needs, right? You need that 1 or 2 plays a game to take the ball away, to change the momentum, get it back on your side, especially when you're playing an Arizona team that can be so potent. And then really, I thought was his best play of the game against Denver, kind of a delayed draw. I think at this point it was 3rd and long. The key to this whole play is this left tackle wants to make Charles Harris go this way any way he can. Charles Harris, with his instincts and awareness, knows exactly what's happening. Rushes inside, shuts the play down, possession over. This was the second straight drive where they held Denver to punts after allowing 2 in the first 2 drives. He's a very instinctive player. He's got a lot of speed. He's good with his hands. He knows how to work offensive tackles and set them up. When you look at all the injuries, you look at the guys who have been out sick, he's a guy that, in my mind, needs to step up just to make some plays, even if it's 1 or 2 a game that changes the momentum and the dynamic of the game. He's got to be the guy to do that, in my mind, on the defensive side.
Defensive effort has to come by committee against this Arizona Cardinals offense that's averaging just under 29 points a game. What is the X factor in that offense that's making it so explosive?
No surprise, Kyler Murray, the quarterback. He's just a dynamic player, and I think just watching him, he looks so small, right? But he's a grown man with his ability not only to run but to throw the ball as well. I know he had the 2 turnovers last week that cost him the game Monday night against the Rams, but he is still an unbelievable player. I think the one stat before we get into the plays that is impressive about this Cardinals offense and really their team in general, they're undefeated on the road this year.
7-0.
And they've won every game by at least 10 points. Yeah. They've been blowing teams out on the road, which is an incredible feat, and most of it is because of the kid playing quarterback. And probably his best throw from Monday night, little play action, going to step up, avoid the rush. Just a beautiful ball downfield over 2 guys. Big gain, 40-yard gain in that play to Christian Kirk. But you see the accuracy, and he doesn't even really, he has to step up. He's kind of running. He kind of hops into it. His feet aren't even set, and he still has that type of accuracy. It's super impressive. Now, the one thing the Lions are going to have to do is get some traffic, right? Get some traffic in the throwing lanes, push the middle of that pocket, make sure you're not allowing him to scramble a little bit. And like we said, he's not the tallest guy, right? I think they say 5'11", 6, I don't know. We'll have to measure him. But the big key, right, get your hands up. Get your hands up when this guy's throwing, especially down in the red zone. You know everything's tighter. Huge play in this game against the Rams. Aaron Donald gets his hands up. Quick little slant, tip, interception, right? That takes 7 points off the board. They lose by 7 points. That's a game-changing play. So he's got 9 interceptions on the year. He makes some plays that make you say, what's he doing? He's tossing the ball around. He's a little bit loose with it, but he's going to give you a couple chances to take that ball away. If you're the defense, you didn't get any last week, had a couple against Minnesota, which was the reason why you won that football game. So attack Kyler Murray. Don't let him hurt you with his feet. He didn't run a whole lot early in the season, but the last 2 weeks he's averaging 60 yards a game, 60 yards on the ground per game. So he is just he's a special player. He's dynamic, but he will give you chances to take that ball away.
Yep, you talked about his accuracy. Murray completing 72% of his passes, 8.7 yards per attempt. So it's going to be a big defensive effort that is still a little depleted after injury and illness coming here into Week 15. We'll know more about that as the week progresses. All right, for TJ Lang, I'm Danny Rogers. That was the X Factor presented by Xfinity.